Hello, and thank you for taking the time to review our second half of 2025 highlights. My name is Zishan, and I'm a consultant certified in Employee Central, People Analytics, Onboarding, and WalkMe. I'm located in London, in United Kingdom, and work for EX3, a global SAP SuccessFactors partner. We are one of the world's leading HR transformative consultancies, specializing in implementing and supporting SuccessFactors with clients across the globe. As part of our release coverage, I will be reviewing some key release updates for onboarding. For the complete release analysis, you can connect with us at weareex3.com or reach out to your project manager or CSM. Let's begin by looking at our first highlight. Retaining new hire personal information during automatic restart of onboarding process. The updated personal data of the new hire is now retained during the automatic restart of the onboarding process. Administrators can now trigger automatic restart of onboarding without canceling the entire process and initiate onboarding all over again when a new hire start date is preponed or postponed in SAP recruiting. In addition to retaining user employment based, such as job information, compensation information, pay component, non-recurring, recurring, job relationships, and employment information, the automatic onboarding restart process now retains also the following personal data for new hires, which is personal information, address, as well as dependents. This enhancement ensures that the updated data for person-based entities are now retained, improving the efficiency and providing greater flexibility for schedule changes in the onboarding process. As an administrator, it's now mandatory that you send the event reason upon initiating the onboarding process. Ensure that you send the event reason using one of the existing following options. Configure a business rule to set the event reason for new hires for whose onboarding is initiated via recruiting. For more information, you can refer to configuring business rule for event reason topic in the related information section. Second, send the event reason by mapping SAP SF recruiting custom field using the recruit to hire data mapping tool. Mandatory sending of the event reason ensures a smooth onboarding process and prevents any errors, improving the overall user experience. Creating reporting reports for onboarding tasks. As an administrator, you can now use story reports to generate reports of SAP SuccessFactors onboarding tasks based on its due date. You can use the aggregated date details table in story reports to generate reports for the following task types based on the latest due date. First is onboarding task types like new hire data review, personal data collection, as well as writing welcome message, assigning buddies, as well as assigning of compliance forms and form I-9 as well as e-verify. You also have offboarding tasks like writing farewell message, announcing termination to coworkers, as well as offboarding data review steps. Using the process table available in the onboarding schema, you can view the aggregated details related to the table. New onboarding featured cards on the latest homepage. The featured card is a dynamic card that highlights useful information in the latest homepage. The featured card functionality isn't available in the legacy homepage. For the 2H 2025, we're releasing two featured cards for the onboarding module. The Welcome a New Teammate featured card prompts a manager or employee to welcome a new team member. And the second, the Connect with Your Buddy card, which prompts an employee to connect with their buddy. This card disappears 30 days after the hire date. Automate onboarding initiation from recruiting. As an administrator, you can now automatically initiate onboarding process for candidates who are ready to be hired from SF recruiting. You can select the new Enable Automatic Initiation for Onboarding checkbox to ensure that the onboarding process is automatically initiated for all the candidates who are eligible for onboarding. Selecting the automatically initiates onboarding for all job requisitions based on the onboarding and initiation eligibility defined. If the candidate isn't eligible for onboarding, the hiring process is completed through Admin Center, which is via Manage Pending Hires, depending on the automatic or manual hiring configuration specified. Enhancements to onboarding initiation status in SF recruiting. Upon initiation on onboarding process from SF Recruiting, you can now view comprehensive statuses and get redirected to specific pages that provide more details, enabling you to initiate the onboarding process successfully. Recruiters or HR users will be able to quickly identify any issues with onboarding initiation in the recruiting UI. This is also an improved and more accessible way to review any errors. This will be most beneficial to small organizations or organizations where the same person or teams completes hiring and on onboarding. Replacement of onboarding 1.0 with onboarding 2.0. SF Recruiting on 1.0 will reach the end of maintenance on May 14, 2026 and will be deleted with the 1H 2026 production release on May 14, 2026. This is a major change as the onboarding 1.0 module will be fully deprecated and all data will be lost if processes aren't finalized. In addition, if clients do not migrate to 2.0, they will not be able to onboard any of their new joiners once 1.0 is deprecated. So this is imperative to be done ASAP. Deletion of manual Form 1 I-9 re-verification. The option to manually trigger the Form I-9 re-verification process from managed data is reaching the end of maintenance on May 16, 2026 and will be deleted on November 13, 2026. At that time, the ability to manually re-trigger I-9 verification process from managed data will be removed and replaced with improved functionality. For applicable clients with legal entities in the US, this change has a potential impact on existing processes around I-9 re-verification. Following the change, re-verification will only trigger via the automatic job in provisioning, which applies only when a document's end date is due in the next 240 days. The option to manually re-trigger a re-verification before the 240 days will now be removed. This brings me to the end of our presentation. Thank you for taking the time to review our second half of 2025 updates. As mentioned previously, you can reach out to us via our website, or for current clients, please reach out via your project manager or the CSM. Thank you.